Alrighty, folks. I think today we're gonna try to get at least that skeletal frame done. Well, hopefully we get more than that done. But what do you think? We get more than that done? All right. The plan is I have a whole bunch of these little doodads. So I want to build this structural frame. I should say the outer frame. We're going to start anyways with this upper part. And then I think we can figure out where we're going to bob the back of the box, because we'll probably do the same spiel under there. So that should give us something that we can kind of zap to the body there. Around here we can bob the back of the frame. We can put these little bits in, tack them. That means our box will be sort of held roughly where I want the outside of it. And then from there we'll figure out how much swing we're doing. Like, I really like the look of that. It's pretty cool. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to start with that, and then we'll see where we get from there. All right, folks, I think my first plan of attack is to get this thing squared up so I can get that kind of ballpark. And then down here, I want to make sure I got all my measurements the same, side to side. And then we'll kind of do this roundy bit, I think, for the back side as well. And we'll figure out where we're going to start bobbing the back of the frame off. So I've been banging this on the ground. You didn't see that. Well, my camera screwed up, so you don't see it. But anyways, you can see I'm flattening the crap out of this thing. We're getting a little bit of a nice bow in here, but at the end of the cab, I'm trying to reuse this, I've been straightening it out. We have a little bit of, it's a little tighter here, which then follows the cab better. It's given me about a good 3/8 gap. I'm hoping that's enough, but knowing the way I do things, maybe it'll bump into the cab, I don't know. But I need a little more over on this side, I need a little more, so we're gonna have to set up the dies again and try to get a little shrink onto the one side there. Hopefully should have enough to cut this off, and then at least this will be the filler panel in the front. Nah, I'll show you in a second once I get this sorted out. Pretty happy with the overall shape. That one's okay. It's a little tight right here, but I have to, the box itself, like it's square, but it's not really square. You know, the way things are built, they're just not 100%. Anyways, I want to get the box out here, and then we can kind of retweak this back a bit. So there should be enough breathing room. This here is a little, well, this is okay. This is a little bigger. Good chance this might smack the cab. I don't know. We'll see. Like I say, I just don't like such a huge gap between the box and cab, but hey, we'll play with this and see what happens. So now, I think what I'll do is just zap this to the cab, both sides, and then even the bottom here, we'll kind of zap to our frame for now, and then we should be able to just pull the fenders off and bring the like lift the box out, because overall roughly the shape is there. We can kind of work with it from there. Like this should hold itself together. At least that's my thought. Fenders aren't too important right now because we can just eyeball them. We can, when we make the bedside, we can mount them anywhere we want so it looks right. So we'll deal with that. But yeah, let's get this. Let's use the old forklift and pull the box off. We'll just break the couple welds I did, and like I say, zap them up in the front and see how she looks. Well, definitely looks different without that on, eh? That definitely like follows the roof line pretty cool. We will have to finesse this a little bit, but like I say, this spot here, I got a little bit, I gotta go bring everything back and that'll open this up a little bit more. As for the back, definitely neat. So I think what'll end up happening is we're gonna bob it back here and we'll continue this as a round, like continue the flow. And then somewhere up here, I think I want it to flow across, which will turn this into, I would say a roll pan, but I'm gonna make it sort of like a, look like a tailgate or not? I don't know, like a rolled in back panel. I don't, I'm definitely not sure what I'm doing yet, but hey, we'll figure it out as we go here. We're just winging it. So that's wider. The fenders aren't where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be out some more. I think that'll be a neat taper. What's going to get it is there'll be a top. So around wherever this ends, I feel that'll be a top. So then this will make sense. And then we'll be able to do some taillight treatment into the fender, I think. Might be the way to go. Maybe switch up the bottom of the fender a bit. I like it. I think it's cool. Just going to keep following me around, bud? You just want to hang out for a little while? Alrighty, what's the next step here? Well, I guess we're going to make the downriggers. Well, we got to clean up some of that. I think I'll make a couple little different tacks up here so I can get this working the way I want a little better. So maybe I'll just run a bar here, tack it, that way I can bust some of this loose. Tweak this the way I want. So I almost feel like I'd like it to go down, but I think that just adds too much work. Because I don't know that I want a tonneau cover to go right edge to edge, but I'm thinking, gotta think. We might have to do a temporary connector in the middle because this is a little dancey, and I know it did spread out a little bit. So we're gonna do a measurement up here, and then right around here, I think we'll do another one and bring everything in, suck it in, just tack it. I don't know, use welding wire or just use something just so that we can, so this doesn't get all floppy on us. All right, well, let's continue on building the whole the frame. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Hey buddy, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it the frame. Well, we're getting there. I decided I wanted a little bit of curve, but I don't know. I think that's what the trucks had. I just want a slight bit, even though it might hit the top. I'm just putting the top in here and that's it. It's, I might have to dome this sucker. It's really hard to say. Chances are this is gonna come in slightly and then be domed. So I don't know if it's just better to go edge to edge with the tonneau cover, and maybe that's just a waste that I'm doing up in the front, but I want that look. That said, I guess for some reason from the side shot I almost want a little bit of down, but maybe it's just not a worthy thing to do. I don't know. I kind of wanted this to go down so that here we can kind of do a transition with another one of these little pieces to kind of make this thing mold, and then we can do a round tube down around the front, and then from there I think it'll just, it won't be round, but it'll be some way to transition for the step or whatever I'm doing down there. At least that's my thought, but I don't know. I feel like this should have been more, but at the same time I don't think I have the room now that I quickly placed the top in here, because that's going to sit here and chances are there's going to be a bunch of a header or something on there. So this is the top of my bar right now, and by the time I put a header on here I think it's going to be super close. So I don't know. I'm just winging it, so I'm not 100% sure. Everything said and done, there's nothing stopping me from actually raising it up a little more, but I like the look of it right now as it sits. There's a lot of garbage in the way, but I just like that profile. If it comes up higher, I just don't know that that's going to look right. If I brought that up to the level around the back, I don't think this thing will be the right profile if I came up too high. I think it needs that step just to still look like a pickup truck. Anyways, I'm going to go in for supper. We're going to ponder about it a little bit and then just come back and give her again. Well, you can sort of see the shape happening over in the corners there. That's not so much inside a box, it's more just when you're staring at it from the side. It'd be nicer, I guess, if it was a bigger grass transition, but we just wanted a gradual one. And then at the bottom, I wasn't sure how to finish it. I think I want to do a step or I want to do something here, but I didn't know how to finish the edge of the box, so I put the round piece here. The idea here is the steel is gonna not be flush with it. Well, maybe, but I'm almost feeling that it needs to be out a wee bit, so I'm thinking just because of the way the fender is, it's fairly close. It'll be close to this edge, but there'll be a little bit of a poke out, I think. We'll see how that works. Maybe it's not the right way. Maybe it should have been out, I don't know, but I'm just kind of going with the way the fenders are sitting on here and the way they should be. And it's close to the inside midway of this pipe here. So if you look at it, I guess it's kind of close to the outside realistically. I don't know. I feel it's supposed to be there, which gets this, you know, half of this pipe would be exposed. That's kind of where I'm going here, but yeah, having a hard time explaining it. It'll make sense, I think, as we progress and keep making things for this. I'm questioning whether it's just easier to get a piece of 14 gauge to go here to hold up the side, and then we can go with something a little more like another piece butt to it, if that makes sense. I think that's a better way to go. When it comes down to it, I think I'll do some 14, some heavier steel up, or 16. Yeah, 16 is probably good. Up the side, and then I can do something that I can mold a little better around there. I really need a bead roller. It would make this so much easier because we could probably do this in a very mild transition. I need to finish that. I need to get that lathe going so I can actually make that bead roller. All right. Well, what have we got here? I think we should try to do this lower section, and then we can kind of make a tang. I have to get some angle iron because I think what we got to do here is between these. Right now I just have them tacked down here. So I want to do a piece of angle iron across. I want to lower these a little bit just to give myself as much floor. Well, I guess it doesn't matter for that. I guess I can use these. Anyways, I want a piece of angle iron to Scooby across so that it could get bolted onto there, and then these are kind of held good. But for now, I think I'll take that goofy angle iron that I got and we'll fasten it to here and here. That way we can go back a little bit, zap it all, hold everything in place, and then we can cut the frame rail off so we can finish this lower section. I don't have enough steel to do the upper part, this part, but I don't really know where I want to go with that yet, so I think as long as I can get this bottom part, I'll be pretty happy. All right, well, we'll take that other piece that I had in the front and we'll kind of scab it in the back here. Well, we cut the back of the truck off. I kind of have the stuff supported right now. I don't like where, well, what I want to do is use one of these, but the end of the pipes are kind of kinked. And I kind of don't want to end it right there. I'd like it to get it just past the frame. So part of me wants to almost put a little bit of straight into here. At the same time, I almost think like this is cool, but it might be nice if this came straight. Kind of give it like an actual tailgate. Nah. We'll leave it at that. That's not a problem. Confused. All I do know is right around here, though, I feel this thing could be straight. That's all. I think that would be nicer because it just wants to roll under the truck right now. That might be a neat look, but that's not what I'm trying to go for. I think this side's not as bad, but we're going to find a happy spot. We're going to do this. We're going to go down, and I want to do the these little pieces somewhere like in front of my cut here. I don't know. We'll give it a whirl and we'll see what happens here. Well, I definitely have a lot of head scratching going on. I like this look. You can see how the structure's gonna be wide from behind. And the way I'm feeling it anyways, will be like a full panel or something, like just a rolled panel up to here maybe. And then we'll have our whatever, our GMC crest or something we'll put into there. And then, I don't know if that'd be there or if we'll have a slight bow in on the side. Not 100% sold on that yet. I just like the roundness here. But what I don't like is, because I like that cover up that bumper, or sorry, the frame. I want to cover that up. We still got to do a connector through there, but from the side profile, what gets me is here, and I made these stop up here. So again, I have this broken scenario where the back is lower than the front. It's kind of goofy with the fender, but I don't want the frame exposed. So if we go here, we'll probably have like, we might have to bring this fender just a wee bit to match up with this if we have sheet metal kind of following along there. And then, oh yeah, see, that's gonna do something else. I didn't fully think that through. Depending how my fender is, we'll have sheet metal coming. Like this fender will actually stick out further than it normally does. I guess that wouldn't affect it too much. I don't know. Thinking out loud. We have a problem we'll have to fix later. Anyways, I think here what we got to do though is just bring these, add in a chunk, and bring this down to the bottom of the frame. I think, or at least the bottom of the cab. I can always make that one shorter and bring it up a little more. I just feel if it's, even with the frame, which Scooby's across, which I think puts it in this realm. This thing I could bring up a little more, but it's pretty close to lining up just with the bottom of the frame. I mean, if I gotta do that 1/2 inch or something, I'm gonna do that. But all right, well, this is gonna be crappy to weld. Well, not really. Well, I have to get some angle or something to gusset that thing up, but just so I can weld everything there in ways that I can hold it onto the chassis is a big one. But all right, enough babble. Let me cut this, extend this, and then hopefully you guys see what I'm seeing, but that's not always the case. That worked. I opened the whole can of worms though. I did it originally, I went straight down. I didn't like it, so I felt I needed to add a little bit of a curve. It still needs a little work, but it went straight down and there was a funky gap, so I figured everything else is curved. This should follow. There's no way I can bang that curve the way I want, so I got to do a couple more recesses in here, but I got to take it off to get that going right. But overall, if you stand back here, it looks better. Not so much. I think the other side looks a little better, but we'll have to tweak this yet. But see, that one has a little more of a gradual something. Yeah, there's a lot of work for very little reward, I'll tell you that. But anyways, I think overall here, now we got that goes, you can't see it very well, but that goes down to the bottom, and I think it matches the back, so the box is technically lowered. I'm just hoping I can make it work with the fender back here, because when you go there, well, it's not terrible actually. If you kind of look at it underneath, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty cool. I like it. It definitely has a different vibe to it. Especially with the roof on the truck, eh? I know a lot of people can't visualize that until it's covered or something, but it should work. I should have enough, I have just enough room for the bed in there, or for the top in the bed. Anyways, folks, that was a long day. I was kind of doing my weekend playing around here, so I think that's where we're going to leave this one. I got to get some steels, probably some 16 gauge. That's on my to-do, and hopefully either make a bead roller or try to semi-fix my old one just so I can, or one of my old ones anyways. I had a mechanical one before. I kind of cannibalized it to just try to build the one like Carl's, but I don't have all the parts for my lathe yet to build it, so I kind of need my bead roller to for what I want to do, because my plan is to have a slight slope here, but I think I can do this, but I'll do it in two pieces. I'll do a 16 on the bottom, and then I'll probably do the top in like a 19 gauge or something. That way, just so I can work it through the bead roller, but I think I can add a proper lip to it and get a nice transition. Something that will make sense back here, because I'd like it to come, I'd like there to be a lip almost down to somewhere here, like, and then it fades to nothing. And then this could be almost like the roll panty / tailgate looking, mimicking a tailgate kind of thing. It's from there we're gonna have a tonneau cover that, I don't know, somehow it'll come on and off easily so I can put the top in and out. Yeah. Anyways, folks, I think that's where we're gonna leave this one. So as always, I wanna thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.